What's up you guys, it's Erin. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about the products I can't live without. Now these aren't the new products I've been testing out, new finds, anything like that. It's products that have been long-standing relationships in my life and they never go anywhere. And sometimes those products, they're just a given, so I forget to talk about them. So today I'm going to tell you about those products. But before we get into the video, make sure you subscribe to my channel and like this video if you like relatable makeup and beauty content and some lifestyle as well. And without further ado, let's just get into the video. So my idea for this video kind of came from, brainstorming ideas. I was thinking about whether I wanted to do a favorites video, a top in a certain category type of video, and then I was thinking about how I do my makeup at a table kind of in the corner of my beauty room. At least when I film my makeup, I'm always here, so the majority of my makeup ends up being here, and for the most part I put everything away. But there are a few staple products that never get put away because I'm constantly using them and I can't put my makeup on without them. And I know that they're gonna work and I know that they're not gonna do me wrong. So I thought today I would talk about those products. Some of them I've used for years, others are newer to my life, but really none of them are new releases or anything like that. I just want to tell you about some makeup products that if you haven't tried, you need in your life. I'm gonna kind of go in order here of application, I guess. I have quite a few different priming products. Now I'm not a primer person per se, and that's kind of changed as I've gotten more into like moisturizing SPFs and whatnot, but sometimes you want your skin to look flawless, or it's been hours since you've done your skincare and you just need extra perfection and hydration. I have a couple products that will do the trick. So the first one I've had for some time, but I recently in the last 6 months discovered it as an amazing primer, and it is the Good Molecules Silicone Free Priming Moisturizer. This I found, it's just a really basic silicone free moisturizer that does not have fragrance. It has a pump on it and it's just super thick and moisturizing without being greasy, but it also is not like a water cream where it's gonna like not leave any moisturizing behind, but it's not too thick and moisturizing that your makeup's gonna slip around. It's just the perfect amount of moisture to lay your makeup on top of, and every time I use this my makeup looks amazing. I tend to get dry patches of skin and texture, and applying this before I do my makeup really helps my makeup to apply flawlessly. There's just something about this formula that is just a little bit thicker and more nourishing than the other hydrating primers I've had and tried. There's nothing wrong with those, but just this formula for makeup prep, there's something special about it. Good Molecules is very affordable. They're not Ulta, and I believe I have a code with them still. It's Erin's Beauty Obsession. I'll have a link down below, and it is an affiliate link with them, and I believe you get 10% off if you use my code. So they have so many other good products, but just for makeup, this is the bomb. Another primer that I love to apply on top of that, which I've had for a very long time, is the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. So this is a primer that Tarte raved about over and over and over. I never really tried it until I got it for free. I got the full size for free from Ulta for a Diamond member gift day. They have those once, like the first Monday of every month. So I got this for free and I was like excited to try it because this is really hyped up, and for good reason. So it's kind of similar to, like the Tatcha Silk Canvas, the e.l.f. Putty Primer, all those pore filling primers that have really gained traction in the last couple of years. But I think this one's been out longer. So I just use like the smallest amount, and I just take it. I have larger pores, so I just take it in my pores under my nose and in my chin where I have more texture, and I just kind of tap it in. And you don't need a lot, but it just really smooths out those surfaces that can have larger pores and texture, and when I want my skin to look extra flawless, I pull out this primer. And every time I'm like in a wedding, I'm going to a wedding, any sort of event, this primer comes with me. I don't use it every day at my makeup station because I'm not always wearing my makeup for any purpose, but if I need my makeup to look amazing, I put this on. There's also an eye primer that was a long-standing love in my life. It was a purchase I got with my first ever high-end eyeshadow purchase, which I believe I was a sophomore in college, so over 10 years ago now. I purchased my first Urban Decay Naked palette, and it came with a little sample of the primer potion. Mine is almost gone and it has a different top on it. I've had it so long I definitely need a new one. But yes, the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. So when I brought my first Naked palette, it came with a mini sample and I used it. I had a full size back when it was a wand, and I used that for years. Then I kind of got away from it and started using concealer for priming my eyes and the MAC paint pot, which both of those leave a beautiful base for eyeshadow, but I have kind of oily, creasy eyelids. Even though my skin's dry, my eyelids can get very creasy. And after kind of using concealer for an extended amount of time when I was doing tutorials and stuff, I decided to pull this back out and try it again, and nothing works like this. I haven't tried any other like eyeshadow primers except for a couple, and this is better than all of them. It's slightly pigmented, but it's not going to be like super, it's not going to give you like coverage of your veins and everything, so I'll just use like a base shadow for that, or you could conceal on top of it. But it just gives the most beautiful stick to my shadows, and they apply gorgeous on top of them. And yeah, I just, anytime, even if I'm just wearing my makeup for a couple hours, it can crease, and I always use this. I will definitely be repurchasing. So as you can see, mine is almost gone, and this was a holy grail for a long time for a lot of people for a good reason, and it's still amazing. I guess I kind of have like a lot of primary setting type products here, because in my eyes there are a million good eyeshadow palettes, a million good lip products, foundations, but some of these products, like, just they can't be replaced by others. Like, I could list 10 foundations that I would trust to do well, but not necessarily all these could be replaced. That's kind of what my criteria was for including these products. Like, I can't find a replacement for them. The next product is sort of a primer, sort of a highlighter. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I have the shade 2, and this is such a gorgeous product. I've had it for about a year, and it has the most amazing glow. You can use it as a primer, which is why I'm kind of talking about it now, to apply under your makeup. This has a doe foot applicator, and you just apply it like that. It's a light hydrating layer with a tad bit of coverage and glow. As you can see, it really is like an understated natural glow. My favorite way to wear this is on top of my foundation as a liquid highlighter. I love liquid highlighters. That's what I'm wearing today. I'm not wearing any powder highlighter, and I put it on top of powder and it looks amazing. That's why I love this product, is because you can use it for so many different things. If your foundation's too matte, you can mix it in. You can put it on the high points of your cheek under foundation. I did that as well today. And then you can tab it on top of your foundation and even on top of powder. And she has like 5-6 different shades of this, so you can find your right shade, and it's just gorgeous. I know that this was the only product of its kind for a while, and now there are more coming out like it, but to me this is the holy grail, the original, and I can't get away from the Hollywood Flawless Filter. I think it's hyped up for a reason. I love this product. I know it's controversial, but I think it's so good. If you like a glow, if you like liquids and creams, you need to try this. It is so good. I also don't use this every day because it's expensive. I should use it more because I think it would take a really long time to go through it, but I just love this product so much. Alright, next I want to talk to you about a cream bronzer. I did just record a cream bronzer collection video, so that's going to be going up either before or after this. I haven't decided what order, but I did rave about the Milk Makeup Baked Bronzer. It's the matte baked bronzer in the shade Baked. I have the mini size, and this is the second one I have had of this because I went through an entire mini already. And this is just such an amazing matte cream bronzer that's just the right shade of warmth. It's not too slippy, it's not too cool toned, it's really warm, that, you know, warms up your skin beautifully. You can just throw it on your face, either on your brush or on your face, and just apply it. For a cream product, it's very quick, and I just reach for it more than any of my other cream bronzers, and I rarely empty makeup products, and I went through an entire mini, and a mini of this has about as much product as some other full sizes. So there's a lot of product in here, and it just shows you how much I love this product. It's one of the first cream bronzers that ever gained traction, and it still holds up to, or is better than the newer ones coming out. So still recommend this. I wasn't sure if I was going to include any other like cheek or base products, but there are two concealers that I have to shout out. The first is the Benefit Boi-ing Cakeless Concealer. This is the shade 4. And the other is the Clinique Even Better Concealer in the shade CN10. So, you know, you have your foundations that you can trust and that you know are going to do well for you. Concealer to me is more difficult because I have a lot of lines under my eyes. My under eyes tend to be dry despite using a lot of eye cream. I have blemishes to cover, and it takes a lot for me to find a concealer shade and formula that I trust. I don't like anything that's too thick because it looks cakey. I don't like anything, a lot of shades look really yellow on me, or they slip around too much, they crease too much. I expect a concealer to crease, but it has to be just the right thin, medium, buildable coverage that I love, and both of these are concealers that I know I can go to. Let me just swatch them. So they're both advertised as full coverage concealers, which you can see that they are. My hand's a little bit tan right now because I've been at the beach, but these are both great shades for me. They're not too yellow. So here's the Clinique, and here is the Benefit. I've also realized that I'm much more cool toned than I realized in the last year, and that's helped me shade match a lot. But both of these they give you coverage, but they're blendable and thin. They're not thick. They don't look crepey under the eyes. They cover blemishes. They really do it all. And these are my probably #1 concealers if I'm going for a really glam makeup look that is gonna just cover all my imperfections and look amazing without looking too much or cakey. I also think both of these concealers are very underrated, so if you haven't tried them, I highly recommend you try them out. I can't talk about a products I can't live without video without talking about brows. I don't talk about my brows a lot. I don't do my brows on camera a lot because for the most part, my routine doesn't change very much. I have brow products I've tried and liked. I've kind of gotten on the brow flick, like the felt pen train. I have brow hair, but it's very light and sparse, so it needs to be filled in, and I don't really pluck my brows or do anything to them. And I'm impatient, so I like to do my brows quickly, but I like them to look natural and fluffy. I'm not really big on the laminated brow trend, but I have to say I haven't really given it a chance yet. So those are kind of my brow preferences. A product that's been a favorite of mine for years now is the Anastasia Brow Definer. Now, this is the shade Medium Brown, and it's the thicker brow pencil than the Brow Wiz. It has like a kind of thick pen, and there's the color. I don't know if you guys can see that. So it's thicker, and so it gets my brows done faster, but it does have a skinny end to it, so you don't have to make the line super thick. You can make it thick or make it thin depending on what part of your brow you're doing. Comes with a spoolie on the other end. It's just the most quick, precise. I love the effect that this gives. It's not too waxy or too creamy. My brows last, and I always like how they look with this pencil. NYX has a very comparable pencil. They have like a thin one that's comparable to the Brow Wiz, and then another one that is comparable. It's a little bit drier, but I do like that one as well if you're more on a budget. And then I have one other brow product that I always pair with the brow definer, and it is the Benefit Gimme Brow. This is the shade 3, I believe. This is completely rubbed off because I use it so much. It is a tinted brow gel with a very small spoolie, and I'm already wearing it today, but it just, I've never liked tinted brow gels because it seems like a lot of them are too gloopy and they just leave blotches behind because I don't have a lot of hair. So this, sometimes I wipe off. If it seems like there's a lot on the brush, I'll wipe it off. But this just, it combs up my hair and makes them a little bit darker and look more full without being gloopy or too much. Sorry, it's hard to see in the camera. But yeah, it never leaves big blotches behind, but it darkens my hair. It emphasizes the natural hair I have there. It's quick. I don't have to fuss with the brow pen. I do like the brow pen trend, but I'm just too impatient for it a lot of the time. It does have some pretty decent hold where it holds my brows up. I do want to try the Benefit Brow Setter because I've heard that one's really good for holding your brows up. And I've just been loving Benefit brow products. So yeah, and I personally don't need my brows to stand on end all day. I'm okay if they're kind of up and kind of fallen. I don't need them to stick straight up. That's just a personal preference. If you like the laminated brow effect, this probably wouldn't be for you, but if you like a natural fluffy brow that just looks effortless, you gotta try the Benefit Gimme Brow. These next products are kind of eye, lip, all over face products that I discovered in the past year again, and I can't live without, and I use them so much that I can't even find all the colors right now. They're probably scattered in my purse around my house because I'm always moving makeup around, taking pictures and whatnot. But they are the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencils. These are kohl pencils that can be used on any area of your face. It says these are a multi-use matte pencil. I wanted to try these out because Katie Jane Hughes again raves about these, and I wanted some for lip liners, and then I eventually added more colors. The colors I have here are Versatile Chestnut, my absolute favorite for a lip liner, like a warm lip liner color to darken up my lip line. And then if I want a cool lip line, I use Total Taupe, which is what I'm wearing right now. This is very similar to Endless Cacao, which I also had, but I think I lost it on vacation. And I think since I got Total Taupe, it's a little bit more brown than Endless Cacao is a little more gray. So I think I'm just gonna keep with this and not replace my Endless Cacao. So these are like my two favorite lip liners if I want a warm option and a cool option to just deepen up my lip line. And then I also have Whatever Black for a really blendable eye pencil. The nice thing about these is that you put them on, but you can buff them out like on the eye or wherever. I don't know where else you need a black. But I wanted like a kohl pencil that you could put on your lash line and really buff out. Sometimes gel liners just dry down and they're really hard to work with. This formula is amazing. My other favorite color is Limitless Brown. It's a cool tone brown that's perfect for a brown eyeliner, and I cannot find it right now. I've looked everywhere. It must be upstairs or in my purse or hiding. It will show up here somewhere, but I will eventually purchase more colors of these. I can't get enough of them. They never get put away. They shouldn't because I'll lose them. But they stay in front of me at all times because there's rarely a makeup look that I don't use at least one, if not multiple shades. These are $18, I believe, but they are well worth the price. If you haven't tried this formula, they are a long-standing holy grail for many people for a reason. And yeah, you need to try these. We're getting down to the end here. I have one more eye formula to talk about. Now, I said like, I wasn't gonna talk about eyeshadows because I have a million palettes. I have tons of single shadows, tons of sparkles, but I'm gonna make an exception for the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize formula. Let me show you here. So I talked about these in my single shadow video. I have 3 shades. I've talked about how much I love this formula. It is a shimmery cream shadow. You can see that there. This is the shade Star Gold. I just love how versatile this formula is. They can be used on their own very sheer, they can be built up to be more opaque, they can be base shadows to powder shadow to just give more dimension. They can, since it's more of a shimmer, sometimes I top with a glitter, which is what I did today, and they just really add a lot of dimension to your eye look. Let me just swatch the 3 shades I have here. So I have Amber Gold, which is probably my most used shade. It's like a neutral bronze. Then my next favorite is Oyster Pearl, which is what I'm wearing today. It's more of like a cool tone taupe. And then I have Star Gold, which is like an antique warm gold. Let me swatch them for you. Okay, here are my absolutely terrible swatches because I did them with my left hand because I didn't want to clean this hand off. So here's Amber Gold. It's like a neutral. You can see, like, depending on how you swatch it, they will be more opaque or more sheer. So Amber Gold, Oyster Pearl, and Star Gold. I'm dying to get one of her new shades. She just came out with Pillow Talk, and which is like a pinky shade, which is right up my alley, and then Walk of No Shame, which is like a burnt reddish orange. I definitely want Pillow Talk. It's on my list at Sephora. But they're just so, they can be used in so many different ways, and they're so beautiful. You can look at my eye look today. I like to apply them over an eye primer in thin layers so they don't crease, because they can crease if you over apply. But usually I'm layering it with other shadows and I don't find that they crease. They just look gorgeous. And I know there's a lot of cream shadows out there now, but again, Charlotte, she's the OG, you know? You just can't beat some of her formulas. Last but not least, I can't talk about my must-have products without mentioning the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Another OG product, the best setting spray for keeping things in place. I don't use setting spray every day because a lot of times I'm filming and I don't need my makeup to last all day. But if I'm going to be out of the house and I'm not going to have time to touch up a lot, I'm at an event, whatever it is, I use this spray. I just emptied a mini, and this is a new because mine's been gone. This is actually the summer solstice version. I think it's just a little different scent. Got this during one of the last Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sales. I always have a backup of this. I also always have multiple. It's worth the price. It's worth the hype. It keeps your makeup in place. They have a couple different options. They have their de-slick option, which I haven't tried. But for my like normal to dry skin type, this is so good. It's not drying, but it keeps everything in place. I like other setting sprays, but nothing will ever replace this for me. But if you want a more affordable option, I will say that the Milani Make It Last setting spray is a great affordable option. It has very similar staying power and effect to the Urban Decay, and I love this one as well. It's a close second for me. So that's my list of random makeup items that I can't live without. A lot of these have not changed in a very long time, and I don't see them changing in the future. I thought about like throwing in some skincare, body, makeup tool, beauty items, but I think it was just going to get too cluttered. So if you want to see like brushes I can't live without, skincare I can't live without, random other things I can't live without, let me know down below in the comments. And also let me know what are your items that you never put away that you can't go without. But if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you in my next one. Bye.